So I know a lot of people say, what the craziest LeVar Ball is, and will that affect Lonzo? At the end of the day, Lonzo is replacing Russell, so I think he'll be pretty popular. Plus, Lakers have more cap space. I know we're talking about right now, but if you're just looking forward, some of the moves they made, getting rid of Mozgov, things like that, they have more cap space at the end of the season. So not only are they better positioned for this season, but also I think they're better positioned for, next season because they have more flexibility.
Looking at the future.
I'm impressed with what Magic and Pelinka have done so far.
I think with the amount of cap space, there is a strong possibility that they're going to make a run for whoever it is a free agent, and they have a strong possibility of getting that person. You add whoever that person is onto what they have going on, and they may be able to make a run. They may be able to build a youth movement similar to what the Warriors were able to do through the draft. Lonzo Ball, Kuzman. I mean, it was summer league.
Yeah.
Kuzman was balling. Julius Randle, still a good player. Brandon Ingram, still very, very young. So a lot of people want to hate on the Lakers, say that they'll never get back to where they were, but I think they have a strong possibility. If they can get pieces in place, they could be the Lakers of old.
Well, and Ingram, everybody's kind of overlooking Ingram. I think if you look at his statistics from like the last, 30 or 40 games from last year, it was like night and day from the first half of the season. So his growth as a player, you could definitely see just from statistics and the eyeball test. So I think an off-season, I know he's working hard to get stronger, gaining some weight, some muscle, because we tend to forget that these dudes only 19, 20 when they come in, so they still aren't all the way developed yet physically. And so I think all that together, and having a guard who will get you the ball as opposed to trying to be the leading scorer, I think all that's going to lead to Ingram showing some real offensive game and showing that, hey, I can be a leading scorer on a team, in this league. I think you'll really see him take some big steps forward, not only because his game has grown, but also I think the dynamics for the team will be set up better for him to be able to get his shots. Plus you got Lopez who can step out and hit the three, but you're going to give Ingram more room to work, and attack the lane, things like that. So I think things are just better structured for him to kind of be featured and do his thing more.
Yeah, definitely. All right, man. Well, appreciate you for calling in on the late night edition of the BS3 Sports Show. Saturday. I
appreciate you being patient.
Yeah. No problem. I got you. No problem. All right, so check out the Kane and Ice show. And the great thing about this guy, which I try to tell everybody, is he is the one that got me started into podcasting. If it wasn't for Eric Dewalt, I guess you're the Ice in the Kane and Ice. But if it wasn't for him, I don't even know if I would be doing podcasting. So I'm so appreciative. Anytime to get you on the show, anytime I can share out your information, I always will do so. But the Kane and Ice show on YouTube, they do videos. If
you go to
go ahead.
Yep. Go to caneice.com, CANEICE.com. But let me just say, I love hearing you because, first time we had you on the old show, I knew then you had something, especially being down in Dallas, and I knew how passionate those fans are. And so I knew, like I said, I could tell you were connected, and I just knew you could connect with them. So, and I'm so blown away when I see what you've done so far, and so proud, and just love checking you out, love seeing what you're doing, giving those people opportunities, out covering games, all that great stuff, man. It's amazing. And, I know you're inspiring other people that you don't even know yet. So, shouts out to you. And then also just knowing, you represent your faith well, just an example that we all need to follow. So, man, keep doing your thing.
Man, appreciate that. I mean, that means a lot. It means a lot coming from you. So, caneandice.com, go check it out. Appreciate you, as always, for support and for coming on. Definitely will be doing this Eagles, Cowboys. I'll send you the link to Courtney Harden, so you can definitely get his info,
all
so
right.
you can get that set up.
Sounds good.
We're going to have to have a Cowboys fan on, though. If we could do two. We can't do 3 against 1. No, we're going to have to have.
All right. My man Shango, right? You know my frat brother Shango. He's a huge Cowboy guy. So, we'll put all that together and, make it happen. And, so always remember, fly, Eagles, fly. Whenever you're having struggles or doubts in life, just say yourself, fly, Eagles, fly.
That'll always give me a good laugh. Right, definitely. And everybody else a good laugh. All right, take care.
I'll holler at you, man.
All right, later. All right, we got Key C, kicking it with Key C in the building. He said, I'm late, but we still live. Appreciate you, Kesey, for stopping in. He said he went to a Tuesday night movie. What movie did you go see? I would love to know. And the funny thing about Kesey went to the $5 Tuesday like Doug. Man, you got to do what you got to do on them $5 movies. We got a $1 movie here in Texas. So we hit up the $1 movie as often as we can possibly go if it has something that we want to see. But Kesey, let us know what you want to go see. I appreciate you for stopping through. All right, so late night edition of the BS3 Sports Show, Saturday on a Tuesday. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We may have one more guest up. I wanted to talk about this college basketball, these issues with college basketball that were announced today. So Blake Cockrum, man, we go way back since I started doing podcasting. He is a writer for keepingithill.com. If you're a Tar Heels fan, or even if you're not a Tar Heels fan, I recommend you go to keepingithill.com. He should be calling in here in just a moment. He follows college basketball very, very highly. That's his sport. So we will see if I can get him on here in just a moment. Kesey said he went to go see Kingsman, $6 Tuesdays. Kingsman is, I seen the first one. it was pretty good. Pretty good movie. I don't know, may go check out the second one. What was I going to say? They've also got Groupon. On Groupon, they got deals with Studio Movie Grill. There's a Studio Movie Grill in you guys' area. We got Blake Cockrum up on the line. My fault, long time no talk to, but appreciate you for coming on late night edition.
Hey, appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, definitely. So keepingithill.com is the website that Blake writes for. It's always great to get his thoughts and opinions on college basketball. Also, we're both diehard Tar Heels fans. But what is your? There was kind of a dump of news that came out. 4 assistant basketball coaches from Arizona, Auburn, Oklahoma State, and South Carolina were charged with federal corruption investigation. This was a 3-year FBI probe. This has to be some pretty major things if you've got these type of charges of fraud being put out. Chuck Person, Lamont Evans, Emmanuel Book Richardson, and Tony Bland. So what do you know about these issues with NCAA basketball?
I mean, we know it's serious. we know that it's going to be pretty far-reaching. I think that there's going to be a lot of damage done before it's over. So like you mentioned, we've got 4 coaches who most people probably don't even know their names from 4 different schools who have been named so far, and there's a few other schools that are yet to be named that are also involved, at least in this initial probe. I think that we'll find out that there's more in the future. But we've at least got reason to believe at this point that Louisville is also one of the schools, and that Miami may be one as well.
Ooh, Mocha Bella in the chat room. She's a Miami fan. She probably not happy to hear that. Miami on the list. How much longer does Rick Pitino have? There was an article on ESPN saying, is this the starting of his final days as a coach? I would almost have to say, yes, with the sexual scandal, now with FBI, how long can you allow Rick Pitino to be the coach of Louisville?
Certainly, yeah. I think at this point, Pitino has almost miraculously dodged a lot of bullets at this point when you talk about, his own sort of personal case that he dealt with some years back. Then you deal with the dorm room case and now something else. I have to imagine that this is probably going to be the sort of proverbial nail in his coffin.
Yeah, I think if you are the AD at Louisville, you have to know that this is the end of the road for Rick Pitino. He may not ever get a coaching job again. There's a possibility he may, because it's Rick Pitino. But Courtney Harden in the chat room says Pitino is like a cat with 9 lives. It's true.
Oh yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, I think he may have used about 8 of those up. So I think it's probably time that.
But
yeah,
Pitino,
we may have seen the end of Pitino at this point.
Yeah, Pitino to me is like Coach Cal. Like for a long time, you didn't really have any type of backup or any type of reason that Pitino was doing anything wrong. But now it's like everything is hitting the fan. Coach Cal, eventually there's going to be something that's going to come out that says all of this stuff that we thought and believed is true. So I look at both of these guys in kind of a similar light, but Coach Cal he's mastered the one and done. He has done an amazing job of being able to do that. Pitino, I think he has wiggled and made opportunities to get players that maybe he would not have. Maybe he wouldn't have the ability to get. So it's the end for Rick Pitino. Maybe they let him finish out the season. Maybe they fire him before the season even starts. That's what I would probably recommend if I was the AD.
Right, yeah, and I'm sort of the mind that I know a lot of people like to sort of see Calipari fail, or want to see Calipari fail. For all intents and purposes, I am not those people. I hope that he's doing the right stuff, and I honestly kind of feel like he is now. I know that obviously we've seen him, get caught for some things in the past, but I think his resume sort of speaks for itself. I don't know that Kentucky basketball is in a position where they have to bribe players or offer them, ancillary benefits anymore, because players know that going to Kentucky is going to get me in the league. But certainly, I think we're seeing a different direction for these two schools. At least Louisville at this point continues to see this sort of negative, wave of things go through the media almost every year or two. Whereas Kentucky kind of just keeps winning, and so far, Calipari hasn't drug him through the mud yet.
Yeah, he has not, and I think you're right though. They don't need to bend the rules to get people to come to Kentucky. They're going to come regardless, because they know that that's probably the best chance with any possible school that they have to make it to the league, which is probably better for their family, better for a lot of reasons. So that's what's going on in college basketball, which is it kind of caught me off guard when I seen the FBI. Normally you see things where there's sanctions or there's the conference is looking into it. But this is the FBI. This is beyond serious, whatever this